I don't think it gets any more disturbing than Kate Gosselin's leaked journals. Robert Hoffman is a journalist and a former writer for US Weekly, and he was apparently assigned to cover the family during their John and Kate plus 8 years. Now, he does claim that he is an insider and that he has witnessed Kate's rude and behavior personally. Now, in this book, he says that he gained access to her personal journal that was in a box of discarded documents and computer disks that she threw out after she kicked John out of the house. In this box, he stumbled across Kate's journal from 2005 to 2007. Now, this journal was posted on a computer. What he said is that I came across a treasure trove of Kate Gosselin's personal documents and information. Among those documents was Kate's personal, very detailed daily journal from 2005 to 2007, chronicling the Gosselins' day-to-day lives, the good and the very bad, and he said that this was in Kate's own words. The journal, once and for all, gives us a glimpse into what happened behind closed doors in Kate's own words and provides hard evidence that cannot be disputed. In the last video I posted about Kate Gosselin from John and Kate plus 8, it had a lot of footage in it from their show on TLC, and I talked a lot about the things that have gone on with their family involving her, the kids, and her ex-husband, John. Recently, one of her sons came out and spoke to Entertainment Tonight about his experience being in a facility that she had sent him to, claiming that he had special needs, and he was there for 2 years. He wrote a letter to his dad with a crayon begging for him to help save him and get him out of this facility. There has been a lot of back and forth between the two of them, rumors of from both sides, but I discovered that there were some leaked journals of Kate Gosselin's. Well, I have to say they were allegedly her journals, but there was a lot of stuff that had gone on since their divorce, and one of those things was that John Gosselin had allegedly broken into her computer and gave her emails to somebody that put them in a book, and this showed Kate Gosselin in a very bad light. Now, these books were pulled off of Amazon, and there was a lot of legal stuff that was going on behind the scenes. So I just want to go over this legal document a little bit before I read to you guys some of the entries from these journals so that you can determine, based on this legal document, if you believe that these were truly her journal entries or not. Now, what I want to read is the preliminary statement. It says, after the couple was separated, John obtained a copy of Kate's hard drive from Kate's house, which obtained Kate's copyrighted journal. John then gave the copyrighted journal to his friend and business partner, tabloid reporter Robert Hoffman. Hoffman used these items to publish a book about Kate called Kate Gosselin, How She Fooled the World. The book contained large excerpts from Kate's copyrighted journal. Hoffman's book was then distributed through the large distributor, Amazon.com. And it says, factual allegations, number 10, John Gosselin obtained access to Kate Gosselin's digital journal by making a copy of her entire computer. Hoffman knew his activities were unlawful and at one point even told Radar Online, I'll be sued by one or more parties before this is over. Now, after Amazon and other sellers had removed this book from the shelves and wasn't allowing people to buy it, he ended up leaking the journal entries online, and you can read them, and some people have gone through them and found some very disturbing passages that I want to talk about, and there are details that are within this journal that lines up directly with things that were going on in their life at the time. There is a lot of really boring ramblings in this, and if you guys want me to go through and read the whole thing, I will absolutely do that, because maybe there's some things in there that these articles haven't posted about, because there is a lot to read. But I'm just going to be telling you guys the things that other people have found within it first, because I haven't gone through the entire thing myself, but the things that I read that were in it are so incredibly disturbing. Now, you have to remember that at the time when she wrote this, her children were 2 and 3 years old, okay? That is extremely young, and this would be disturbing if she was doing this to an older child. The fact that she was doing this to a 2 to 3 year old. And before I tell you guys what was in these journals, I just want to say it's extremely upsetting to see someone who had infertility issues and tried so hard to have children and get that thing that so many people want that can't have, and then to treat those kids like this. It's horrific. As we know, she sent her son Collin to a facility that he should not have been in. And when you hear the way that she treated him, it really sounds like she had something against him from the very beginning, because he was just a baby. He was 2 and 3 years old. That is so little, and she was already treating him like this. Now, this first one I'm going to read to you guys. This occurred when Collin was only 2 years old. And in this journal entry, Kate admits that she was too rough with him. Today, I was officially a horrible mommy. I failed all the way. I was absolutely awful to Collin, who was awful to me. He does things just to irritate me. He's a 2-year-old. What do you expect out of a 2-year-old? They're gonna do things that are irritating. If you don't have the patience for a 2-year-old where you're going to do the things that I'm about to read off in this video, then you probably shouldn't have children. I told him at one point to sit in the corner one of the million times, and he disregarded me and threw the one gate on the floor. I am too rough with him, and the girls see that. I feel so guilty that I treated him like that I will set out tomorrow to be a better mommy. I need to pray for my relationship with Collin. I can't explain it. I love him so much, but I don't understand him. His frustration is unexplained, and I don't know what he wants a lot of the time. He just starts shrieking, and I tend to ignore it a lot. He is such a sweet boy and so cute and smart, but I just don't understand him. Then she goes on to say a prayer asking for God to help her be a better mom instead of, actually putting in some effort to be a better mom. This one is one of the most disturbing ones. I mean, they're all disturbing, but this one just really made me sick. I don't know what else you would expect out of a 2-year-old. They're gonna spill things, and they're gonna have little fits, and they're gonna throw things. That's what they're gonna do. And this is how she treated Collin when he did that. I let the kids play for the first time in the water table that had beans in it instead. Collin decided to pour the beans all over the floor while I was inside peeling potatoes. So the girls told me, and I sent all the offenders inside. Well, Collin didn't like that I sent him in, and when I was out in the garage, I heard 3 large bangs. I went inside, and 3 high chairs were on the floor, literally. I was instantly so angry that I grabbed him and him as hard as I could and thought I may seriously injure him, so I sent him to his crib and whipped him into it very hard. I, for the first time, thought I may really lose it and am glad that I just let him in his crib till John came home. I have never felt that I may really seriously injure a child, but today was that day. Not only did she do that to him, but then she left him in his crib alone until his dad came home, which is, you're not only physically harming your child, but you're also neglecting them. Like, I don't understand how somebody could live with themselves after doing this. But, going through her journal entries and reading these things, these are just tiny glimpses and tiny moments of things she chose to write about. There's probably so much other stuff that we haven't even heard. I mean, her son, whenever he came out and spoke, he didn't even really give any details to things that he experienced with her, but I'm sure he has lots of stories about things that she has done. And it's extremely disturbing because if we were hearing these things from somebody that we didn't know about, like, we'd be like, lock that person up, they're a danger to children. And also, somebody like that shouldn't have custody of any of their kids. And then in this one, she admits to pulling up Collin by his hair. Today, I think I crossed the line with the kids. All was sort of fine up until nap time. During nap time, Alexis and Joel trashed their room twice, and they were both times. I had to stay in their beds for a long time, and when I allowed them to come down with everyone else, and 5 minutes later they were into the M&M's potty training rewards with Collin, and I really lost it. I pulled Collin up by the hair and I spanked them so hard. I love them so much, but I was so very angry with them. I put them back in their beds for their safety. I apologized many, many times, but I still feel very guilty. I love them, and I saw my dad and myself today, and that really scares me. In that situation, she had 3 children getting in trouble for something that they were doing, but which one got it worse again? Collin. He was pulled up by his hair. Then they were left in their cribs, neglected again for their safety. This is not somebody that should have had custody of their children. These are the only things that I've read from it. If you guys want me to read the whole thing, let me know and I'll definitely do that. Maybe there's something else in there. There's so much evidence against her. Yeah, the show already got canceled, but I do believe she's a nurse. I could be wrong, but I think I saw an article that was saying that she is a nurse right now. So I don't know what to think about that.
Collin Gosselin has resurfaced for the first time in over 3 years as she was seen heading into her nursing job. The 46-year-old mother of 8, is returning to her roots as she works as a nurse for a judge to begin last year in North Carolina.
I definitely wouldn't want her taking care of me if I was in the hospital, and that's just me being honest. There was another interview that I had saw after I posted that video that I had left out that I also wanted to show you guys. It is the most awkward interview that I've ever seen in my life, and the reason why it's so awkward is because the whole basis of this interview is that she is saying that her daughters wanted to come out and speak about the fact that they're happy and that they're okay, and they wanted to come out and share that on their own and do this interview. But in this interview, they won't speak, and they look like they were forced to do the interview, and you can see Kate getting extremely irritated. I know that as soon as they left, she was losing her mind at them. I know she had to have been, because we saw how she acted on the show, and you could see her just trying to compose herself.
Maddie, what would you want to say about how you and your sister and your family are doing?
Maddie, your words.
No, it's
your
hard.
chance.
It's a
Spit
hard
it out.
question.
Oh,
What about you, Kara?
so this is their chance to talk. This is the most wordless I've heard them all morning.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak for them, but Maddie, go ahead. Sort of the things that you said in the magazine, that years later, they're good, they're fine. Go for it, Mad. It's your chance.
No, you just said it.
Oh, I said it.
Well, let me ask you this, girls. I mean, to go out and be in People magazine to say, hey, we're doing okay, why did you feel you needed to say that? Do you think people had the wrong impression of you guys, Kara?
Kara.
My gosh.
What Kara
yes
is
or no?
thinking.
Well, let me ask you, Kate. I mean, to have them come out here to do a big magazine article, to have them come on national TV and sort of put them on the spot like this, is that helpful to them? Is that the right decision, or does it kind of, that continued exposure, continue the injury to them?
I mean, there is no injury to begin with, and these are any, TV things that we do. Obviously, I mean, I can't get them to do, at this age, at 13, anything that they don't want to do, as with any parent. So it's not like I, force them to do it. This was a, hey, the Today Show asked us if, same with the People magazine, asked us if we wanted to do this, how do you feel about it? And they agreed to it, as with my 9-year-olds. It's a family decision. So I think that it's really frustrating when there is so much out there that is not true. I'm getting to the point where I'm extremely frustrated, and I don't spend time worrying about it because I'm busy raising my kids, and we know the truth, and that's why they're here, even though they're tongue-tied this morning, to say that, hey, we're okay, we're doing well. Would that be accurate, girls, to say?
I think it's disgusting that she not only exploited her children, but then in instances like this, she clearly forced them to do interviews that they did not want to do to try and make her look better, when all anybody had to do this entire time was go and read her journals and see how she treated her children. I also want to say I find it very upsetting and disturbing that at the time when all of this stuff was coming out, that TLC gave her a spinoff, and John didn't even want his kids on the show, and they put his children on air, and he didn't even want them being filmed. I don't understand what is going on with TLC and their reality shows. They were exploited for views and for money, and all of their family's dirty laundry was put all over the internet, all over the tabloids, and everybody knows all of their business, and it's just a really sad situation. So all you can really do from there is just send your support and love to them, because what they went through, it's got to be really, really tough. Like, people know what they look like, they know their names, they know who they are, and it's all because their parents chose to put them on TV. They didn't just put them on TV as a wholesome family. They put them on TV with so much turmoil and abuse. You guys are going to have to let me know in the comments what you think down below. If you guys would like to, I am doing Vlogmas on my other channel. You could definitely go subscribe over there, or you can join my members content where I post extra videos every single month. And I'm also thinking about posting members content that are videos that I wouldn't be able to monetize, because YouTube has unfortunately been demonetizing my content a lot lately. So I'm thinking about uploading things behind my members content, because there's a lot of things I want to talk about, and YouTube's just like, nope. So if you guys would like to join my members, definitely click that button, and I would love to have you guys over there. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go, but I will be seeing